What's a suitable punishment for people who litter in national parks? One of the best cases of parenting I've seen was last summer. A woman found her son had littered a fast food bag out of the window while driving. He was caught because he was so stupid that he didn't notice a police car behind him. On top of the $150 fine, she contacted the park and they worked together to give him a punishment for removing several trash bags full of litter for several troubled areas of Peak. Was eating in my truck at What a Beggar, watched a dude toss his bag out of the window as he left. Cop car behind him lift him up. Idiot stopped about 100 yards away. Cop walked the guy back to pick the bag and throw it away, yelling at him the whole way there back. Dude was probably happy to get his ticket and leave. I was smoking one time with this dude I used to know, and he started to clean up out of his car and literally just started throwing everything on the ground of Walmart's parking lot. It was a ton of shit too. I went and grabbed the trash bin, and that was 2 parking spaces away, and we threw everything in it. It took me a second though, because I just couldn't believe what I was seeing. His excuse was it gives the workers something to do. I wanted to shoot myself. What a trashy ass shot. I'd say he's an ashy trash shot. Weigh the items that were littered on ounces and have them clean up the same amount in pounds. What if somebody threw away a box of metal? Have fun cleaning. Thank God somebody littered a boulder. Fucking fieldstones. Real talk, the artifacts like arrowheads, ancient bowls, etc., evidence that humans have always littered, or is there some logic to where you usually find them? Humans stay humans, so yes, there always was litter. Drop a bucket's worth of mud somewhere random in your home and see how they like it. Reasonable, I like it. They go home to a messy floor with a note stuck on the fridge. We, the National Park Service, watched you litter and decided to mirror your actions in hope that we may look into your reflection and think, maybe I am the asshole. You know these programs that have inmates help with conventional efforts? Well, now there is a new division you can apply for if you are arrested for breaking and entering or vandalism. It helps to have relevant skills. Make it a bucket of sewage. We have a starting point. They can't be too good if they get caught though. A small fine plus 1 full day doing various chores around the park. Make them do park dishes, or have them clean under the park sofa, or do the park laundry, or vacuum the park, or clean the park toilets. Make them rake the forest. The finish, do it to prevent forest fires. I remember something in an environmental science class about that being bad of the most biomes in the US. I know some species they need fire to germinate. You are half correct. Took a whole class about forest fires. You are right in saying that the forests actually need fires. Naturally, it is used to lower half of the forest would catch fire. It would not spread to the crowns of the forest. That would declutter the lower half, remove dead bits, and allow some plants that thrive on fire to flourish for a bit. However, the problem that we are preventing fire for too long. Because of this, medium-sized plants have been able to grow, which allows the fire to grow rampantly into the trees. This caused too much fire to be much larger than before. That's unhealthy for the environment, taking a long time to recover from them. This is now no way to undo the damage of mass rate. Instead, the fuels must be manually removed and controlled fires used to clear the forest floor and return to sustainable status. Thanks for expounding. Isn't this remedied more efficiently with controlled bends? Or is it the fuel too plentiful that bends to be healthy? Too much. About 75 years worth of prevention means that some areas are guaranteed to go up in flames. If you try that, besides controlled bends aren't really efficient at removing the problems, as you have to wait to safe conditions, which can take weed depending on weather, and can't do them too close to civilization. Instead, they are better of preventive measure to prevent the material from building up in the place. Have them hold a sign next to the entrance. I was caught littering. Please do not litter. Edit. I mean to type do not litter. I visited Hava National Park, most accessible non-island, non-Hawaii or Alaska parks. I have to say most of them are very, very clean. Most people totally respect and understand that national parks are not to be messed with, which gives some hope in humanity. The litter I've seen is usually accidental. I think people put water bottles down and forget them. Otherwise, most of the visitors never go too far off the roads. I like your sign data. Shaming, in my opinion, is a strong deterrent in public areas. Also a fine. There's also a number of hikers who take rubbish bags with them and pick the old trash away. Those people deserve a lot of credit. When I got into multi-backpacking, I purchased a pack that was bigger, and I needed, since it was cheaper, that was this damn size, to have an extra space except for carrying a few extra ounces of cloth. I decided to use the extra space, just check garbage in there that I found. Now, I get home with maybe a couple of water bottles and a wrapper of 2 to 3 a day. People out the back country are pretty conscious of what they leave, and it makes me proud of being part of that community. I agree. I haven't seen as many yet, but I've been to few that were very clean, and most people seemed to be conscious of that. If anyone here ever goes to a park and you see a piece of trash, pick it up. Don't scoff it. Don't post it on Facebook. Pick it up and dispose it of and go with the life. It takes no effort at all. I frequently pick up trash along the beaches here in Southern California. When I come across it, I put it in my pocket, but throw it away when I get to a trash can. It's literally the easiest thing you can do to help out. If you really need recognition for the post away, I don't care, just do your part when you're out about. Another side noted about beaches here: if you take your dog to the beach and you pick up dog shit, take it with you. So many times I've picked up doggy bags and full of shit, carry them to the trash. Can because people are lazy or immoral or both. Let me clue you in. If you aren't going to carry it to the trash can just be an asshole and leave it there. Shit. Shit is at least biodegradable. If you wrap the plastic bag and leave it in the beach, you are just giving it longer shelf life and making it somebody else's problem. Make them clean it. The whole park loves in Mr. Benz. Excellent. Finger tenting intensifies. Never knew that gesturing had a name. I've learned so many things like that on Reddit. Reddit, where you come to learn a lot of things.